Hi, good morning. I am going to step you through how I do my 21-day fixed meal plan. Now, I will tell you that the honest truth at this point, I've been doing it since last October, so I don't have to put as much planning into it. I've kind of got a lot of it in my head, but I do still keep track with my phone, and I'll step you through that. So in the beginning, I was super overwhelmed. We all have this book, and in this book, it tells us how to calculate our formulas. And so we know how many containers we can have in a day. And then it tells us what we can have in each of our containers. So it seems super simple, and it can be if it was just me. But I am cooking for my husband as well, and then sometimes for the kiddos. So I had to do more of a meal for dinners at least, and I actually do it for lunches too because it's just easier to do it that way. So breaking it down when you're cooking such a massive amount of food for your daily portions can be overwhelming. So if this doesn't make any sense, just message me and ask me whatever questions you have. But this is what I got for you so far. So I am a little OCD, maybe a lot. This is how I did it in the beginning. It took me a lot of time until I kind of got the swing of it, but it was worth it. My husband lost 50 pounds, and my body toned and lost inches like you've never seen before. I had abs. I've the success that it's given us is well worth the couple hours I spent on Sundays. So these are my containers. I was allowed 3 greens, 2 purples, 4 reds, 2 yellows, 1 blue, 1 orange. Now, Gary is a bigger person, so he was able to have a lot more food than me, which makes it a little challenging because, like I said, I have to cook a portion so that it, gets me my little portion and then a lot of times him double portion. So, this is how I would do it. I knew for breakfast that I was going to have my chocolate Shake-O with a half a banana, coconut milk, a cup of it, with a cup of ice, and I have a teaspoon of peanut butter, and he has 2 teaspoons of peanut butter. That is equivalent to 1 red, 1 purple, either depending on what I'm cooking during the day. Excuse me, it would be either 1 blue or 1 yellow for my coconut milk, and then I get 1 spoon, he gets 2 spoons. I forgot to put my spoons up here. So I would simply, go up here and scratch out a red for. Oh, now my pen's not going to work, of course. Scratch out a red for me. Scratch out a purple for me. I'm going to use my blue. And then I think I have 3 spoons. I know Gary had 6 spoons. And then I'll scratch out the spoon for me. So that's what I'm left with at this point. And I would scratch it on his side as well. Now for lunch, I had pre-made garlic chicken, broccoli, and noodles. That's going to be 1 red, 1 yellow, and 1 green. So I'd go over here and go 1 red, 1 yellow, 1 green. For dinner, 1 red or 2 reds, depending on how much I have left, 1 yellow or 2, 1 green or 2. So I know I only get 2 yellows in a day, which is typically your carb. So I'm going to have 1 yellow. I'm going to go with 1 red and 1 green at first. Now you can have, your snacks during the day as well. I usually have one at 10, and I usually have one between 1:32ish because that's when I start feeling hungry. Some of the snacks that I really enjoy are, I really like banana with peanut butter. So I have a purple left, so I could do that. And I'll have a purple, and then I can have 1 or 2 spoons depending on what I use. But I usually like to leave a spoon left because I use it for my oil that I cook with for dinner. So I still have a green, 1 red, and an orange left. And if I'm like, oh, I can't think of anything, I do like peanuts, like unsalted peanuts. That is an orange. So I can go ahead and say that's another snack. There's my 2 snacks. Now my husband's going to have a lot of extra containers. It's a little more difficult, but I just usually go to the resource. I go to my book, I see what, containers I still have left. because it's super important to fill your containers in a day. And sometimes that's difficult to do because it is a lot of food. You're not going to go hungry on this by no means. But you have to plan. Failure to plan, you're absolutely going to fail. That's all there is to it. When I don't make my meal plans, I'm scrounging and I end up putting something in my mouth I shouldn't have. So that's how I do my meal planning. Now I'll also show you in the beginning, I went to Pinterest and I made myself like a little recipe book of the meals that we liked. So it was easier for me to flip to. But now I just use Pinterest. And I'll show you that too. Oops. Sorry. Okay, so I just go to my Pinterest page and you guys can follow me. And I have a 21-day fix board. And it's got all kinds breakfast ideas, because you don't have to do your Shake-O for breakfast. You can use it for a snack. You can have it with just water if you don't have a lot of containers that day. It's not as delicious, but it's not terrible. And believe me, I've had some terrible protein shakes with that aftertaste. Oh, it's disgusting. So you can find all sorts of things. I've made my own barbecue sauce. I've made my own tomato sauce. Lots of delicious items in here, too. Even desserts, really. I've made pancakes. On my page, I have the videos of some of the things that I've made. I've even made peanut butter cookies and used it as one of my spoons during the day for a snack. So that I utilize this. And now, after I've gotten used to everything, and I would suggest this for anybody, really, I have 21-day fix tracker on my phone. And you just go into it, hit 21-day fix, week 1. Let me reset. And see, this is how many I have in a day. So I'll hit breakfast, and my breakfast was 1 red, 1 purple, 1 blue. I had a cup of water in there. Actually, I had a cup and a half, and a teaspoon. And then I hit done. And it's tracking me all throughout the day. So I know how much I have left. And this is from when you're in the program. When you've hit your goal weight, you change it to maintenance and you actually get a couple extra containers depending. Also, as you drop your weight, remember to recalculate your formula so you're always on top of that and continuing to, lose your weight. I hope this helped. If it didn't, let me know whatever questions you may have, and I'll answer them. I'll redo the video, whatever is helpful. Thanks. Y'all have a good one.